this a couple moments to kind of get going, but hey, we're here at the Apple event at the Steve Jobs Theater in beautiful Cupertino, where it's actually a beautiful day. Everyone's having kind of a good time here, but this is the iPhone XS, and it is basically exactly what you'd expect. It is last year's iPhone body, but with this actually really nice new champagne gold finish. It's warm, it's actually kind of elegant. I'm quite a big fan of the thing. Let's see if we can get a little closer here. Yeah, same body. But we are looking at an improved 12 megapixel camera around the back. That wide angle sensor up top, they've actually redone almost completely. That's a brand new sensor that should get you going with increased dynamic range, better color overall, and it does allow you to do interesting things. But here's the thing about the iPhone XS and the XS Max, which we also have here. We'll get to that in a second, don't worry, is that a lot of the really important stuff happens under the hood. This is a device that very much hinges on the new A12 Bionic chipset, which we'll actually get to in just a moment. I want to switch because this is a great phone. The fit and finish of the XS is basically what you'd expect after what we saw in the iPhone X last year, but let's move into the big guy. Let's check out what you really came here for. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. So this is the iPhone XS Max, and it is huge. So this has a 6.5-inch display, which is just a little bit bigger than what Samsung squeezed into its own Galaxy Note 9. So if you're looking for a device that has a tremendous screen, this is probably where you want to go. What's really been interesting about this device so far is just how lightweight it's been. If you take a look, the gold trim is really quite nice, and it does feel, because it's not a tremendously heavy phone. I've been an iPhone 8 Plus user for a while. I'm a big fan of the Galaxy Note 9, but this thing feels light in a way that makes me feel like I could use it for a very long time. This is real hands-on stuff here. I think I could use it for quite a period, because check it out. I'm the kind of guy who likes to rest my phone on my pinky, and once a phone gets too heavy, that really hurts. That gets your hand cramping. It's not ideal. But let's jump into a few things here. Again, this is the iPhone XS Max. If you're just joining us with the 6.5-inch display. Would you believe that? If this thing had a 6.9-inch display, I would lose my mind, but it doesn't. To give you a sense of what's really possible here, we've got a demo running of Blaze. This is Blaze. This is the Bethesda game that was demoed while we were sort of running around at the keynote event. And I don't know if you're able to really see what we're looking at here, but this is some really incredible detail work here, and it does run really remarkably well. This is, to be fair, non-final software, I would imagine, on non-final hardware, but I'm just wrecking stuff. Here we go. Obviously, I'd be doing a better job of this if I wasn't pointing a camera at it, but we are full power of the A12 Bionic chipset. No word on RAM. Apple doesn't like to talk about how much RAM is available in these things, but it is, again, a huge device. I've got fairly big hands, and this, while very light, sort of stretches the limit. I don't know that I would be able to use this for too long, especially because, check this out, with this 6.5-inch display, you've got to reach a long way. It requires you to shimmy up and down the phone. That's great for some people, especially if you're like my PR friend here who has massive hands, but I don't. I don't think a lot of you do either. The phone will go on sale. It'll officially, I believe, start hitting store shelves on the 21st. But again, quick tour around the body. What's really interesting about this device is if you're an international traveler, if you live abroad, this is going to do quite well for you because it does have dual SIM support, but in an interesting way. So this is an American SIM. We're at an American event. It'll have a support for one physical SIM, which pops into, where else? Your traditional SIM slot right there. But then you'll also get an eSIM in there, so you can have multiple phone numbers with multiple data plans running at the same time, which is really quite nice. If you're in China, though, things are a little bit different. Since China doesn't have support for eSIM yet, you're basically going to get an iPhone only there with 2 physical SIM card slots. This is, by the way, the iPhone XS Max. Let's do a quick side-by-side here. So here's the size differential we're looking at. This is the iPhone XS, this is the iPhone XS Max. Putting them next to each other, it's pretty much the same differential you'd expect between something like the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. It's there, it's definitely noticeable. If you have bigger hands, this is obviously the way to go. This is what I'm working with. And for something like this device, again, as I've said, it does feel a little large. That's because as we go around this 6.5-inch screen, there is basically no bezel. That edge-to-edge display is in full effect here. And that does kind of leave you with a little more shimming to do with your hand. Reaching from top to bottom will be a little bit difficult. I don't know that I could easily put the Max in my jeans pocket since I wear very skinny tight jeans, but it is going to be the kind of thing that people will make accommodations for. And again, when we put these things side by side, there isn't a huge difference. Let's turn it over, get that gold finish kind of popping off here. It's been really interesting to see all of the work that's gone into these devices. If only the really important stuff is, again, under the hood. This is the bigger iPhone 10, but all of the stuff that really makes it special is kind of under the hood. You've got the A12 Bionic chipset. Apple does not like to talk about RAM, but we're hearing there's about 4 gigabytes of RAM in here. We haven't really gotten a chance to play with the camera, which benefit from an improved 12 megapixel sensor in the wide angle. So that's the top of the two, the dual camera system is your wide angle. Below that is the telephoto. And we haven't really got a great feel for it now, but let's take a look at some of the photos that have been taken, and we're told have been completely untouched. So these are photos that were taken with the iPhone XS and XS Max, and they actually come out surprisingly well. This is a photo, obviously with lots of hair floating around. For a photo like this, where there's a lot of wind going on, to get that sort of clarity, that crispness, and that sort of color right off the bat, it's really, really impressive. You're also able to shoot 4K 60 FPS, really quite nice. But again, this is very much an S here, as evidenced by the name. A lot of the stuff going on here really matters under the hood. It makes possible a lot of really interesting experiences, but the hardware, aside from having a bigger model, feels very familiar. So I'm going to wrap up here. We're going to take a look at a few other devices like the iPhone XR, which I know you're looking to take a look at soon. So thank you for watching. Keep it locked on Engadget, and we'll see you again real soon.